Shri Gurudeva Datta. In the 13th chapter, Namadharak is asking Siddha Yogi that after Shri Guru Narsimha Saraswati initiated Madhav Saraswati at Prayag, who were his other disciples? Were they only sannyasis or were they householders too? Siddha Yogi talks about the 7 main disciples of Shri Narsimha Saraswati. One is Bala Saraswati, second is Krishna Saraswati, third is Madhav Saraswati, fourth one Upendra, fifth was Sadanand, next is Jnana Jyoti, and seventh was he himself, Siddha Yogi. Siddha Yogi further goes on to say how Shri Guru Narsimha Saraswati travelled from Prayag and went over to south, and all this he walked by foot. South he visited Tanjavur and many other places, and from there he came to Karanza in Maharashtra. At Karanza he went to meet his parents because this was his birthplace. He met his parents who were quite aged by now. He also met his brothers who were doing very well as blessed by him before he left for sannyas ashram. He also met his sister Ratnai. His parents were very emotional on seeing him, and they again pleaded to him that without knowing his caliber and his greatness, how they had treated him as a child, they had scolded him, they had even reprimanded him on certain occasions. Shri Guru then goes on to say that this was all a part of his Bal ashram, but now he is a sannyasi and so he doesn't remember anything of that, nor does he keep it in his mind as a grievance. His sister Ratnai comes, prostrates before him, and she asks him, "O Guru, can you tell me how will I be able to wash off my sins? I know I have erred a lot and I am now repentant for all my actions. Is there any way in which you can suggest some mantra or initiate some mantra into me?" Shri Guru tells her the only atonement for her sins is first she should serve her husband devotedly, and she is suffering in life only because of her deeds, and those deeds are not only of this birth but even her past birth. He talks about all this in detail in the further episode when he meets his sister Ratnai again. But presently he tells her that you come after some years to meet me at Papa Vinashini Tirth near the Sangam, that is at Ganagapur. And there I'll tell you what all should be the steps for atonement of your sins. After Karanza, Shri Guru now leaves for Nasik. At Nasik, he is banked by the river Godavari, and at Godavari, there are lots of incidences which really are remarkable. Godavari is supposed to be Ganga, which was brought down to earth, and for the benefit of people and farmers, Ganga is now called Godavari at Nasik. At a place called Manjarika, there is a pious, devout Brahmin who is a worshipper of Lord Narsimha, of the Maha-avatar, that is of the 10 avatars of Mahavishnu. He contemplates, meditates and worships only Lord Narsimha. The moment he sees this calm personality, Shri Guru, at the banks of Godavari, he can only see Lord Narsimha there and nothing else besides him. He realizes that this person is no ordinary person or a personality. He is a divine incarnation. He goes and prostrates at his feet, and at that time he also is initiated by Shri Guru. Another very important incident which took place at the banks of the Godavari is where Shri Guru sees a frail man, young man, who is muttering to himself that his life is a curse because he is not able to eat for days together. If he eats anything, he immediately passes it into diarrhea or loose motions, and he is fed up with life because he is not able to taste anything in life at all. He says there's no point in my living, even my wife is fed up of me, and so he says the only way in which I can atone my sins is I just go and drown myself in the Godavari. Shri Guru sends one of his disciples, calls this man and asks him his problem. This man says, I have eaten after 15 days today And the moment I eat even a morsel, I immediately pass loose motions and I'm not able to bear this pain. It's a severe chronic colic pain that I'm having. Shri Guru says, don't worry, there is a remedy for your particular ailment. At that time, there is a man passing by. Shri Guru tells one of his disciples to call him. This man comes, prostrates at the feet of Shri Guru. He asks him, who are you and why are you here? So the man says, I am an officer of this village, of this town, and I have been deputed here, so I have shifted with my family to this place at Nasik. My name is Sayamdev Sakhre. Now this is the same person whose lineage Saraswati Gangadhar is from. Shri Guru tells him, this frail young man who is standing here is having chronic colic pain. Take him to your house and serve him good food. Ask your wife to make very delicious varieties of food, and most of it should have milk in it. After having something which is made of milk, he is going to have a severe colic pain even further. And if he dies due to it, then I would be responsible for the death of a Brahmin. So he tells Shri Guru that I am a little doubtful about the remedy that you are suggesting for his ailment. Sayamdev now takes this frail young man with him to his house and tells his wife Zakhai, who is a very pious and a religious woman. He tells her about Shri Guru's instructions. She prepares food for him, and most of it having milk in it. The frail man eats to his heart's content, and he doesn't suffer from any pain in his stomach, not only that day but then after also. This shows the amount of intensity, or we can say the devotion, the faith that one has in his Guru, and this faith is undaunted. This is proved in this particular episode. Sayamdev Sakhre has a special mention in this because further on we are going to know something more about him in the episodes to come. Shri Gurudeva Datta.